Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Chloe. If this is your very first time checking into one of my videos, then welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time I post. And if this is your 5th or 11th time checking into one of my videos, then I thank you for your continued support. I love you. So you might notice I look exactly the same as I did in this video. And that's because I just had the bug to film today. I had two videos that I have been putting off for a little while. One being the other one, a review on these products, and this one being part 2 to how to build a natural hair regimen. Now, I was going to do like 3 different videos based on your hair porosity to help you build your regimen, and then I realized it's not even that difficult. I'm going to break down a natural hair regimen into 3 or 4 very easy steps, and we're going to make it very simple. And along the way, I'm going to be giving you some tips based on your hair type. Now, if you're not sure what your hair type is, then watch this video up here. I went very in depth to explain what matters when it comes to determining your hair type or hair texture. And it's a very long video, but if you watch the whole thing, it will definitely educate you. And there are timestamps, so you can go straight to the meaty parts, and then you can go to the very end and watch the review if that's really what you want to do, if you're short on time but want to know how to determine your hair type. Without further ado, let's get into it. This first step is optional, but before you go into the shower, you can detangle your hair. So this is optional, I say, because there's no rule in the rule book that says you have to detangle your hair before you wet your hair in shampoo. There is no rule out there. But I find that when I detangle my hair prior to, especially if I wear my hair in a wash and go, or if it's been like way too long since I shampooed my hair, then I'll go in and I'll detangle my hair to help remove shed hair and just to make wash day more of a breeze. And it just prevents all that hair from getting stuck in your drain. Can we get an amen for that? There's always been a toss-up between whether you should detangle on wet hair or dry hair, and I think whether you're detangling on wet hair or dry hair, there are precautions that you have to take. If you're detangling your hair in the shower while it's soaking wet, I would not recommend doing it like without some type of like a slippery product, like a rinse out conditioner, something very light, not a deep conditioner or something like that, but something really light and cheap. Maybe use that to help you with slip. And if you're going to detangle before you get in the shower, use something with slip as well, whether that's a serum or a leave-in conditioner, something of that nature. Not necessarily something that's going to revert your hair, because that can cause more tangles, but something that's just going to give your hair a little bit more manageability and make it easier to glide your tools through it or your hands. And also, a lot of people like to finger detangle, and that's also great for reducing breakage, but finger detangling also doesn't always get all the shed hair out. And if you don't get all the shed hair out, that could just cause more tangles and things like that. So I will always recommend, if you are someone who likes to finger detangle, consider finger detangling first and then following up with a hair tool. Some of the best hair tools out there: wide tooth comb, tangle tamer, tangle teaser, Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush. So optional step 1 is to detangle your hair, and whether you do that wet or dry is up to you. The mandatory step number 1, cleanse your hair. Cleanse. And I'm talking about shampoo. Yep, that's right. I'm talking about bubbles. I'm talking about suds. I'm talking about lather, okay? And the reason why I say this is the first mandatory step and why I'm not saying co-washes is because people think the very first step of moisturizing is the L in the LOC or LCO method. No. The first step in moisturizing your hair is making sure that it is clean of all other products that may create a barrier, anything that's going to keep water from getting in. Shampoos are usually very alkaline, meaning the pH is very high, they're very basic, so they're going to encourage those cuticles to really open. Why is that good? That's good because A, it's going to get everything that may have embedded into the cuticle out, and B, it's going to allow for water molecules to get in deeply. Also, you know, shampoo has other components in it that attract to the dirt and attract to lint and other things that may be in your hair, and still rinses completely clean with water. So I would recommend using shampoo. Now let's talk about co-washes that y'all love so much. First of all, co-washes were designed to supplement shampoo, as in they go along with it. They are to be used in between shampoos when you need to restyle your hair mid-week for whatever reason, right? They were never intended to completely replace shampoo. Never, ever, never, okay? So if you have started to co-wash your hair every week and shampoo once a month, you're dirty. No, but seriously, your hair is not getting clean. And why is it so important that we use surfactants on our hair? It's because if you don't get all that gunk out of your hair, there's no way that those water molecules can get into the strands, into the length of your hair. And also, it's important to keep your scalp clean because your hair already naturally produces its own natural sebum, which is like the perfect blend of oils and acids for your hair. So what you want to do is give it a clean slate, let it breathe, so that it can properly get that circulation and produce sebum like it should. So let's just make sure that our number one step, mandatory step, is shampooing. Now if you're someone who co-washes, then please, by all means, continue to co-wash, but do not replace your shampoo with co-wash. Co-wash in between shampoos, okay? How often should you shampoo your hair? That is gonna be completely up to you. I would say at least every 2 weeks. I shampoo my hair every week. I know people who shampoo their hair twice a week. For me, that's a lot because I have a dry scalp. I cannot wash my hair that many times in a week without my scalp being like really dry. But if you find that you need to restyle in the middle of the week but your scalp is not dry, then that's when you maybe need to opt for the co-wash in between. So I would say at least every 2 weeks, but I think every week is really good to start off with. And I challenge you to start using shampoo and see that your hair doesn't like bounce back and be like super awesome. I'm telling you, keep it simple. So the second step is conditioning. Now notice I didn't say rinse out, conditioner, deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner. No, there is one step for conditioning because you really need to only use like required one. Let's explain the difference between rinse out conditioners and deep conditioners. Okay, rinse out conditioners have ingredients such that they are safe enough for daily use. And the reason why they say daily use is because the effects of that conditioner do not last beyond the first 24 hours after you use them. They are intended to make your styling process easier for that day, for that moment, for that day of your routine. So they're gonna make your hair very manageable. They even make your hair shiny, easy to comb, things like that. But if you have something wrong with your hair and you want to see long-term changes, rinse out conditioners are not going to do that for you. So they leave something behind on the surface of your hair, but they don't really penetrate deep. Deep conditioners, however, are formulated to be able to penetrate into the hair shaft. So they have smaller molecular structure so they can actually penetrate deep, and it helps balance the water molecules in your hair so there's not too much, not too little. They also usually have more rich ingredients, like more natural ingredients, ingredients that are known to help improve the condition of your hair over time. Deep conditioners also often ask for you to use heat because that will even encourage the penetration of the product even better and the absorption of the product into your hair. And deep conditioners, like I said, can actually target issues with your hair over time. That's the biggest difference. So if you're choosing between rinse out conditioner and deep conditioner, I would say choose a deep conditioner for your routine. So after you've shampooed, follow up with the deep conditioner. When is it appropriate to use a rinse out conditioner? If you're in between wash days and you're someone who likes to co-wash, you may follow up with just a regular rinse out conditioner. Since you already went in with the co-wash, which is probably not really getting everything out of your hair, following up with the rinse out conditioner would make more sense. So basically using a deep conditioner after a co-wash, you may not see the full benefits of the deep conditioner because you've left this conditioning coating on the outside of your hair from your co-washing and from whatever products you used before that were not thoroughly cleansed from the hair. So shampoo, deep conditioner, okay? Now, why am I not saying leave-in conditioner is mandatory? Because it's not. Leave-in conditioners are helpful when you just need an extra boost. So let's say your deep conditioner was okay, but it didn't give you all the manageability that you need before you put your styler in. Well, you may use a leave-in that says it moisturizes to give you an extra boost of moisture. You may use one that says it strengthens if you need an extra boost of protein. You may use one that says it detangles to help your styling process be more manageable. So leave-in conditioner really is optional, guys. And like a rinse-out conditioner, leave-in conditioners do not give long-term effects for your hair. So if you use a leave-in conditioner that says it's moisturizing, that doesn't mean that your hair will be moisturized for longer. Deep conditioners, on the other hand, can help moisture stay in your hair for up to 4 days. A leave-in conditioner is not going to do that for you. If your hair is moisturized for many days, you can attribute that to your deep conditioner rather than your leave-in. Okay, so we have cleansed our hair, we have conditioned our hair, and now it's time to style. So, style one product. Yep, one product. You only need one product to style your hair. Loading your hair with products not only weighs your hair down and prevents movement, but it just encourages product buildup, which is what we don't want. If you don't have so much stuff layered on your hair, it will last longer. Like your style will actually last longer because you don't have to wash your hair so often because you haven't piled all this stuff on your hair. So how to know which styler works for you? Well, that all depends on what your look is gonna be, right? So here's a little mini guide to like which stylers to look for based on your desired look. If you want a very light hold, you want carefree curls, plump, voluminous with lots of movement, then you want to use a foam or a mousse. I'm not going to tell you which foam or mousse to use. There are a bajillion of them out on the market and they're all pretty awesome. A huge range of prices, anywhere from like $2 to like $30, but they're all very similar in their makeup and in what they do for you, but they're all generally going to give you a very light hold with tons of movement, plump, juicy curls. I personally, out of all the stylers I'm going to mention, I love the way my hair looks with the mousse the best. I just love the way it looks. It looks so natural, it looks so beautiful, it blows in the wind. I live, you know what I mean? So the next step, the next level above mousse would be a cream styler of some sort. So that goes into custards, that's cream gels, that's defining creams. Those things are going to give you a flexible hold. So they're going to give you way more hold than a mousse would. So it's going to last you longer. Your definition will last you longer, but it's going to weigh it down a little bit more, just a little bit more. But it still will be like soft to the touch and things like that. And you typically don't have a gel cast or a hardened cast on your hair when you use those cream stylers. Now the ultimate level of definition and longevity in your style is going to be a gel. Now there are a range of gels. There are light gels, there are jellies, and then there's just like straight up Wetline Extreme Eco Styler Gorilla Snot gels, right? And so there's a variation of those. A lighter gel is still gonna give you a little bit of a cast, but when that cast is broken, it'll feel more like a cream styler would, you know, very soft, but still has a nice hold. If you're in the middle with like a jelly, that's gonna give you a little bit more of a cast, that won't maybe not break on the first day, but it will eventually get softer. And then the hardest cast is gonna last the longest in terms of longevity, but it's gonna be the crunchiest, and it may even make your curls look stringy just depending on your hair type. It really comes down to what you want from your desired look. So that's it. So overall, your natural hair regimen should consist of about once a week, detangle, optional, cleanse with shampoo, deep condition, leave-in conditioner optional, and then style based on your desired look, and you should be good, sis. Like, natural hair does not have to be so hard. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, found it very helpful. Let me know down below or on Instagram or wherever if any of these tips have helped you and you've seen a turnaround in your natural hair. That is like the best feeling ever, to know that I helped someone. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.